With security front and center in this campaign, who really has the advantage? James Carville is a Democratic strategist and author of Take It Back. Michael Smerconish is a conservative radio talk show host and author of Muzzled. Hey, guys, good to see you both.
Morning, Matt.
First time in a long time that I feel like I have a luxuriant head of hair. I can tell you that. This feels pretty good. Come back often.
I look like a hippie next year.
Let's talk about this strategy because it's worked for the Republicans in the past. The "we can make you safer" idea. I mean, is this going to work again, Michael?
Well, I think that the shortcoming on the part of the Democrats is that they have not articulated an alternative plan. The mood is restless out there in the country. Folks are dissatisfied with this president, with the administration, but they have not yet heard an alternative from the Democratic Party.
He's saying if you ever had an opportunity, to take advantage of it, it's now, and the Democrats can't get their act together.
Well, I mean, first of all, we're in the middle of an election season, and we're a congressional party, and this NBC poll that everybody's out of breath because the president's up 3 points or whatever it is, shows the Democrats among likely voters have an 11-point lead in the congressional election. So people are making decisions out there. Can the Democrats get a little more focused here? I think they will. I think that as it unfolds, you're going to see more specificity of them.
I know, but on this particular issue of can we make you safer? Can we win the war on terror? Can the Democrats? Why haven't the Democrats come up with a better answer than that's not a fair comment?
No, I think they have come up with a fair. I think they've talked about implementing the recommendations of the 9/11 Commission. I think they have talked about port security. I think Democrats have brought any number of ideas on the table how we can lessen the mess we're in Iraq. I think Democrats have talked about the need for energy independence and how it affects us. I think Democrats have talked about cooperation and reaching out to other nations. So there are a number of things that they have talked about, Matt.
Michael, let me talk about what John Boehner, the House Majority Leader, had to say. I think he said this on Tuesday, talking about Democrats. And he basically said this. He said, I wonder if they are more interested in protecting the terrorists they are in protecting the American people. Did he cross a line?
Yes, he crossed the line, and I'm not here as a Kool-Aid drinker. If they've crossed the line and they're in my party, I'm going to tell you so. I don't like the expression cut and run. I don't like saying that they're more interested in protecting terrorists than Americans. I think those sort of cheap shots, the stakes are too high. This is not a normal political season. It's national security on the line.
Should he
I don't like it.
apologize for that?
You know, it's become, unfortunately, that kind of language has become sort of everyday, and people are not even shocked by it. I pay attention to it. You know, of course he should apologize for it. Of course the Republican caucus should chastise him for it. It shouldn't be enough that he apologizes, do that. But, you know, it's just become so much part of the political dialogue, we're not shocked.
Over and over again, we're hearing the president now driving home this theme of that the war in Iraq and the war on terrorism are inseparable. They're the same thing. If you're a voter out there and you look at the polling numbers that show that Americans don't think the administration's doing a good job in Iraq, is it risky, Michael? In other words, do people say, wait a second, if Iraq's going so badly, then the war on terrorism's going badly?
Well, I think it's an honest response on the part of the president. I think that he had every right to talk about Iraq in that speech on Monday night, and if he had not, people would have said, oh my God, can you imagine the gall of the man in not addressing it? The invasion of Iraq was based on a false predicate. There were no WMD, but the reality is that we invaded Iraq because we said we're going to be proactive in a post-September 11 world, and consequently, they are linked, even though Saddam Hussein played no role on September 11.
I mean, as Richard Clark said, that we're attacked by Japan and we invade Mexico. I mean, it's proactive. I mean, I'll say that. It just didn't have anything to do with it. I mean,
people didn't know that at the time.
If somebody, yeah, we knew pretty much at the time there was hardly any reason. The whole Muhammad out of Prague meeting was all shot to heck in the handbasket. But at any rate, come election day, you realize we will have been in Iraq longer than we're in World War II. Longer than we're in World War II. We're there, and we've not been able to get the first troop back. And then we read a story that a general said that Secretary Rumsfeld said anybody that planned for the Iraq occupation would be fired. So is it any wonder this thing's a disaster? Of course not.
Let me end on lighter subjects. This is my lightning round. You get like 2 seconds each on these answers, okay? New season premiere of Survival, okay? They've separated the tribes by race and ethnicity. Good marketing or racism?
Been going on in the prize fighting game for a long, long time. Heavyweight contest, black and white, a lot of interest. It's the same.
James?
You know, I've never watched a show, so I'll let it go.
You know what it's about. You think
I
it's
know
a good...
what it's about. I don't think it's very wise.
All right, Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown calling it quits. Is it the end of all fairy tales, James?
Oh, no.
No, there'll be more?
No.
Michael?
Britney Spears ended all fairy tales.
There you go.
The Kentwood, Louisiana girl.
James Carville. Guys, good to see you. Come back and see us soon.
Thanks.